Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in FortressCraft Evolved. Let's see, last episode we started setting up some vacuum hoppers, just normal hoppers with the vacuum setting turned on to collect bug parts, and we've temporarily, maybe permanently gotten rid of the falkers. Probably have more of these hoppers than I need. Anyway, we want to start collecting bug parts and seeing if we can reassemble them into pristine parts, at least the ruined ones that we collect. So last episode, yeah, we placed a bunch of hoppers, about 18 of them, I think, something like that. Let's go down. We started routing them, routing the materials underneath. These belts up here are now starting to get pretty messy. Anywhere we see hoppers, there's usually a turret or a pyrothermic generator underneath that, and then a battery and a turret. And then I've labeled all the ones where we're collecting bug parts, so there's a sign. I could reorient all these signs so they're facing the same way, but for now we can kind of tell where those bug collection hoppers are. Like, let's see, we've got some here, and then they just kind of keep going out in rows. Boom, I've got all of them belted. I've got an idea in mind for a better belt system too, by the way. Maybe doing like concentric squares coming out from the middle and running like for our infused coal that we're feeding into our turrets. Maybe like picking the middle hopper here. We've got 5 turrets in a row. Picking the middle one and then just doing a concentric square all the way around. And then somehow feeding the coal in from one of the sides. Or 2 of the sides. Anyway, that's a project for another day. Right now, all the bug parts make their way into this basically little bus here on the right. Squirrels its way around the stairs. Goes back this way. I don't know what those are. Let's see, is there something under there? No, those are just extra belts. Squirrels around this way. Down. Oops, I'm in the stairs. Over some fuel, picks up some more bug parts, goes over the infused coal again, comes on through this way, and down into this hopper. And we've actually got 3 spoiled organic remains because we didn't do anything with them. What we want to do now is set up our filtering. We haven't had any attacks in that quadrant yet. But, and that's the only quadrant that we have set up for hoppers. We want to kind of test this out before we expand it to all 4 quadrants. So let's see. Our bug parts are going to come out here. Boom. And we need to filter these things like crazy, and we also need to do some tests. We need to play with the organic reassembler. I don't know that I crafted one of those. But let's go do it. Let's go do it. Let's go get an organic reassembler and just see how this thing's going to work. I'm curious if you need 10 ruined parts of the same type in order to reassemble, or if you can just use anything. And any ruined parts, 10 of them. Let's see, where the heck was that thing? Oh, I found it right away last time. Where would you be? Okay, organic reassembler. Let's buy, or let's craft at least one of these. Feed 10 ruined organic parts to this and receive a single recombinated organic component. And then recombinated organic components you can use and self-craft pristine organic components. All right. Naturally, we want to automate all this if we can. So one of those. Anything else I need while I'm up here? Filters. Let's see about belt filters. We're going to use a lot of these. A whole lot of these. In fact, I don't have any in my inventory. I think I put some somewhere. Conveyor belt filters. Let's grab... I'm going to grab 50 of these, believe it or not. And then advanced.
Crafting.
There we go. Now we've got 50 priority splitters. I'll worry about that some other time. Try and stay on task. And the reason we're doing this, obviously, is we're not collecting any of these bug parts. I can go scoop some of these up. We might use these in our testing. Pristine ones stick around a little bit longer, so a lot of these are going to be pristine. Grab all these. Here comes another wave of enemies from a different corner, of course. Might run through here and just pick up some parts as well. Just have some in our inventory for experimenting on recombinating these things. There should be plenty of ruined ones here as we walk on through. Then eventually we'll have hoppers do all this for us, so we're not doing this. Wow, look how low the batteries are getting. Whoa, man. Those start out with 12,500. Man, yeah, we need to increase our defenses, for sure. Wow, that's not looking good. Although these are fully charged, the second wave. The second line of defenses here. We're going to shore that up too. Probably not this episode, but soon. Alright, that's enough for those. Let's head down. Let's do some experimenting with this, organic reassembler. Let's just plunk it down anywhere. Let me find my hotbar spot where I can throw this thing. You there. Plunk you down here. I'm sure you take power, right? Yeah, power low. So let's just throw a hopper on top of this thing. Where are you, hopper? Whoops. Actually, how about a pyrothermic generator, then a hopper? Boom. I'll just use this to climb up, and then a hopper. Boom. Throw some infused coal in there. Now this guy's got power. Let's see what it says. Say anything for us? No. No valid hoppers. This guy's going to want a hopper to do the reassembling. I think we should here do the chilled hopper. Let's see. What about... I wonder which transfers power faster, a battery or one of these guys. I don't really know. I'm going to just put one of these down. Let's go get a chilled hopper. Sorry, I might as well experiment with that too. Boom. I may have one of these in storage actually, but we'll grab one. Cryo hopper. 24 crystal clocks.
Crafting.
Mentioned the last episode, I'm making those manually. Which isn't great, but eventually we'll get that automated too. Okay, there's my pillars. Alright, let's try the cryo hopper. In fact, I'm not using the mini hoppers anymore. Let's use that slot for this cryo hopper. Okay, boink. Theory, that's gonna have enough power. I don't know how much power this thing needs. Boy, it's not really saving, not really accumulating power there, is it? I don't know if it eventually chills off or not. Let's just cut to the chase and do a pyrothermic generator on top of this thing. Do the same thing that we just did next door. We'll put a hopper down. Just to make it look pretty, I'll climb up. Boom. 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 And in some fuel. And then let's put in some things here and see what we get. This is going to be remove only. And then on the other side, I'm guessing we don't need chilled. Guessing. We'll find out. It's another experiment. See if the parts that this guy throws out, this organic reassembler, Is it going to... Are they going to spoil or are we good? Find out. Okay, let's put something in here. Let's do 5 and 5. Oops. Shift key. 5 of these. 5 rune stingers. We're just testing to see if it actually... Look at the power. It's not even keeping up, is it? We may not be able to use these chilled hoppers. 5 of those. So let's see if 5 and 5... Oh, that looks good. Looks like it doesn't matter what the ruined part is. This guy's gonna do its work. Oh man, this thing chews up the power. Look at that. It says in the bottom left, it says 130 seconds left. For one batch? for one thing? Oh boy. Let's put some parts in here just for the heck of it. Let's put 5 more parts and see if they spoil. Because we're not sending a ton of parts in. Let's I'm gonna put 5 more here. I'm curious if these are gonna spoil. Just because this thing doesn't seem like it's accumulating power. Wow, those things really suck. Yep, look at that. You need more than a pyrothermic generator's worth of power to keep this cryo hopper cold. What just happened to it? Did it go in here? I have no idea what happened to that part. Unless I clicked it and didn't realize it. I think so. I had 3 before. Okay, we got 3 and 1. So parts spoil in the cryothermic hopper, the cryo hopper. Cryo hopper. If it takes more than 1 pyrothermic generator to keep that cold, I'm probably going to just not worry about it. Well, whatever spoils, we'll just, we'll macerate into ore or something. That's kind of crazy. And this guy takes forever. We're going to need a lot of these. Still has a whole minute left. Jeez. I guess I can move this thing while we're waiting. Boom, boom, boom. Figure out a little more space. Well, we are learning cryo hoppers take a ton of power, and if you don't supply enough, it doesn't really do you any good. I have no idea. These are turning into waste, and then the waste is automatically getting disposed of, it looks like. Right? This organic reassembler is not taking any new parts. It's still working on those first 10 parts we fed in. Man, that's going to be a challenge. The next test will be once we get the recombinated organic part, which is going to get spit out. We'll leave it in this non-cryo hopper and see if that spoils. Hopefully it won't. If that spoils, we're in trouble. All right, 2 seconds left. We're almost there. Okay. Inside, we've got the recombined organic matter. Let's let that sit in there for a while. And then while that's doing that, let's think through how we're going to actually set this up. We need to filter out... Going to be similar to what we had over here. I might get away with just pulling out the pristine parts. Then maybe pulling out spoiled organic material and having everything else go through to these reassemblers. Some kind of array of reassemblers. Please don't spoil. I don't think it's gonna. We'll leave that there for a minute. Okay, this is our main deal. I think, how are we doing on space? That's all fine. That belt can be moved. This is just a belt of coal coming in. All right, let's pull out all of the special stuff. This would be choose item pristine. Heavy chitin. And then everything but. Boom. Invert. Stuff is going to spoil while it sits in these hoppers. There's just not much I can do about that, I don't think. Still there, yeah, good. Do the next one, pristine something. Probably light chitin makes sense, right? Light. Light, invert. Copper. This would be, sure, stingers. Yeah, kind of bummed about that cryo hopper. Acided eye. Oh, you know what? That's fine. There's more than what I'm aware of here. Okay, choose item. Pristine. Whoops. Invert. Okay, let's keep on going. Yeah, I was saying there's more than what I have listed here for pristine parts. There's other things. Other bug parts. I have like some kind of perfect eye or something in my inventory right now. Invert. Ink. Okay, that's all of those. Let's see, do I? Yeah, this guy. Perfect faceted eyes. So there's perfect. Oh boy, let's see if we can figure out how many of those there are. Perfect. Maybe. Hopefully there's a bunch. Nope, just one. Perfect faceted eye. Sure. Then we need to worry about things like need all the ruined. Then we need to worry about like any kind of seeds or plant seeds or stone blocks or anything that could kind of get sucked in by accident. Hoppers that got deleted and sucked in and sent down the line. All that odd stuff we want macerated. And then we need to pull off all the ruined stuff. And I think I can only filter one thing at a time. Which is a bummer. No, there we go. Ruined. There's 5 things of ruined. All of these need to be sent into the recombinator. Did this spoil? Hopefully not. Oh, that's good. So at least we don't have to worry about that spoiling. Well, that guy burned through all his power. No. Yeah, cryo hopper we're not going to make use of, probably. It's just too much power. I'm sure they probably want you to route this down into the cold caverns, all your bug parts, and filter them there. I don't think I want to do that. I'm wondering if I should take a look at the wiki, see what other parts there are. Let's look at handcrafting for the heck of it. That'll be something we can do on camera. All right, perfect, massive faceted eye. Let's assume that's the last one. Let's assume that's the last one. Massive faceted eye. It's you. Invert. Okay. Those are all the goodies. There's a bunch. Those are all the goodies. Things we want to keep. So those will go into some kind of storage bins or something. We'll figure it out. Yeah, well, maybe just rows of storage bins or something. Not quite sure. I don't think we would want to put that down into mass storage. I think we'd probably be collecting these up and using them. Plus those are gonna accumulate kind of slow. Now I think we need to pull each ruined item off one by one, because those all need to go straight into our recombinator, or you know, some collection of recombinators, because they're so slow. And then at the end of that, we got to pull off, I guess, anything else that makes it through can go into a macerator. And then we're going to have to route the ore that comes out, filter and route the ore that comes out of that macerator somehow. But we'll worry about that a little bit later. Guess we pull off the imperfect ones and send them into these recombinators. And there probably needs to be several for each thing. Okay, those are all the perfects. Let's keep moving on down the line here. Wow, it's crazy. Everything except, okay, that one's set right. Boom. Boom, boom. Let's do ruined. Okay. Heavy chitin. And boom. Use item ruined. Boom. Invert it. Let's take a look at how this is gonna play out here. We don't want any hoppers if we can help it after this point for the ruined ones, because they will spoil. If they haven't spoiled sitting in all these hoppers getting filtered. In fact, you could, boy, you could make an argument that we probably should have pulled off the ruined ones first, because they're less likely to sit in hoppers and spoil. Do we care? Oh man, that's like a between episodes kind of thing. Do we care? Let's think about that for a minute. So I'm just thinking, we're about to filter off the ruined items. Ruined items are the ones that will spoil in hoppers. The pristine ones won't. They can sit in hoppers all day long. So in theory, the pristine ones should be down here, and the ruined ones should be up here. That's what I'm thinking through right at this moment. We probably need to change them. Oh boy. So that's work. That is work. Let's do one. I'll do the rest off camera. Choose, or let's do a couple anyway. Let's choose a new item. Ruined instead. Kind of thinking this through on the fly. Ruined heavy chitin here. Use item ruined heavy chitin. Invert it. And now let's think through what comes afterwards. Belt. 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 Belts are like storage, which in this case isn't a bad thing. And they will not spoil, the parts will not spoil on the belts. So we could we could belt this down a bit just to have an inventory of these things. It's like a cheap cryo hopper. Boy, is that worth doing or not? Would we do that? And then we're thinking through here. Let's see. Would we want to go like we know the cryo hoppers take 10 items, right? I'm sorry, not cryo hoppers. The organic reassembler wants 10 items. Should we? How would we do this so it scales? I was thinking you'd go a run of 10. A run of 10 this way, then boom, there goes your first organic reassembler. Another row of 10, an organic reassembler. We also need to remember that all of these ruined parts, boom, 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 we just need to pull them off the bus. Once they're off the bus, they don't need to be sorted and treated separately. So these will eventually just all kind of jump on this belt, basically. So then on this belt, let's see. So don't think there's ruined perfect faceted eyes. So this is going to be the end of the ruined stuff right here. Do we want a bunch of belts of 10? Let's show you what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't have these sit in the hopper long, can I? Bummer. My issue is I have to put them in a hopper before they go into this organic reassembler. Oh man, that's a drag. And if they sit in that hopper, they are going to spoil. It only needs 10, so I probably should use a mini hopper. And then let me go grab a mini hopper. I think I have some right in this storage. Boom, right over here. I think I dumped them in here, some mini hoppers. Here they are. Pop those in here. I'll put them back in my hop bar. They hold 10. But do I need to do something like this where we pull off? Okay, spoiled. Right? Oh man, this is so tricky. The reason it's tricky is you saw how long this thing takes to actually process. It takes a ton of time to actually do its thing and process that spoiled organic, or process those parts. Let's try it again. And if it takes a long time and it has to be fed from a hopper, things are going to be sitting in a hopper and they're going to spoil. The cryogenic hopper takes a ton of energy. I'm not crazy about. Let's see if I pump this thing up with another one. Our thermic generator. Let's see if we can throw more power at this, if it's viable. It's what they want us to do for sure, is use this. But man, it's gonna be expensive to use it. It does clear out the organic waste on its own, which is kind of nice, I suppose. Man, is that thing pricey. Okay, now it's starting to keep up with 2 power thermic generators. It seems like it's keeping things cold. Let's throw some parts in there and see if they spoil. Shouldn't, right? It looks like 2 power thermic generators will do it. Yeah, that's going to keep things cold. It's a ton of power, though. We have a lot of infused coal, so we should be okay to do this. I could, if I wanted to, I could bring solar in from above. To boy, power this. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That looks kind of viable, right? I think we're going to have to do that. We're going to have to go with the cryos. That will hold 50. That's not too bad. That holds 50. So what we would do in that case, again, we'd be pulling off all the ruined items, routing them up this way. Doesn't matter if they're mixed here. They're all ruined items. They're not in any hoppers, so they're not going to spoil. Straight on down here. Yes, it doesn't need to be 10 down or anything. Doesn't really matter. That hopper stores quite a bit. In fact, could just make use of it where it's at. Maybe, let's move it over a bit. This would probably be a turntable, because we might have a bunch of these, depending on how they're slow, right? Let's throw another power thermic generator next to the organic reassembler. We're just kind of testing some stuff out and see, with 2 power thermic generators, does it speed up its processing time? Because we might as well just do that. If it does, right? Alright, we'll let that thing spin up. Okay, he's waiting for 5 more items. I'm just going to wait till this power thermic generator spins up. Do 1,000 power. Okay, you're good. Now let's put another 5 items into the hopper. Take, how about some of these? Boom. Let's see how fast it goes now. Still 2 minutes, like 3 minutes? 150 seconds. Yeah, I don't think... Let me go ahead and take this off. Boom. Did that change anything? No. So throwing more power at this guy isn't going to help. But we need at least 2 in the cryo hopper. We saw that. And these guys can each store 5 batches. We're going to have rows of those. I want to move them over a little bit, I think. In fact, let's do it here just to have ample space. We got tons of room here. I'm not a compact factory person. I like my space. All right, all this comes up, and let's see if we can do this for reals. We know we need the cryo hopper. I gotta put that back on the hopper. Get rid of the minis. Where is it? Right in front of my face. I do not see the cryo hopper. There you are. Cryo hopper first. Select it. Boom. Then we need to think about how are we going to get our power onto this thing so it doesn't look horrible. What about... we do... let's take a look at our thermic generators down here on the ground, maybe. I'm trying to get to it on my hotbar, sorry. Boom, boom. Maybe a belt? Here. Hoppers here for infused. You and you. Then maybe we immediately do another row. Like this. There'd be a cryo hopper here. Storage. And a belt in between these guys. I'm just going to put a block here since I don't have cryo hoppers on me. Belt that way. And then we'll bring that infused coal down from the ceiling somewhere. Yes. I want to tap into my defensive coal. I think so. We're going to throw a bunch of solar on the surface level. I think we'll be all right. That would mean some kind of pillar over here. Bear with me. Maybe I can do it this way. Something like that. Belt coming down. Infused coal. Boom. Boom. Right? That'll feed all these hoppers. Boom, boom. And we can bring that over from here, which looks like a convenient source of coal. I think. Let's see, this is our defenses. I'm not super crazy about sharing this infused coal, but if it becomes a problem, we'll deal with it. And then this thing could extend out for a while. I'm not sure how many parts we're going to get. But I guess this line would just kind of go out this way and we'd scale it out however many we need. And then we've got, that's for half of our bug collection right now. And then the other half is going to come in through here and we'll just do mirror image and go this way with it. With the same kind of setup. Mirror image, boom. And then if we really get overwhelmed, we can split this up and put some on the far side too. Do more if we get to that point. This, I think, is going to do it for us. Kind of like it. So yeah, why don't I flush this out a little bit more between episodes? In fact, let's disconnect it just in case we do get enemies. I'm going to reassign these filter hoppers over to the ruined parts. Right now they're on pristine. Switch these to ruined. We'll switch the ones down here to pristine. I'll fill out that line. And then I've got to do whatever's left, I guess, goes into Macerator. And that's going to need power too. Or I could just route it up here somehow since I'm close to power and maybe put a macerator here or something and we gotta route the ore that comes out somewhere and get that all filtered. Not a big deal. And then we gotta route the output of this somewhere, right? This guy's gonna have... not there. Where is it? Did I not put the combinator down? I didn't. I gotta put the combinator down. That would go behind. We share power. Power. Recombinator has to go here. So let's get that part figured out here before we end this episode. Where'd I put you? I'm looking on the hotbar. That guy needs power. That's a bad spot, but this has to be there. I say it's a bad spot because I'm not crazy about having hoppers right next to each other. What I could do... We saw this one only needs one. I'm actually... Oh boy. What I'm complaining about right now is if I put a hopper on top of this guy, this actually needs to be a thermic generator. Or I could just put it right next to it. This recombinator needs power. That's what I'm looking at right now. Trying to think of where's the nicest, prettiest place to put it. How about right before it and then a hopper on top? Gonna have to be the same thing over here. Power thermic generator and then a hopper on top. It'll get its own coal. Will be shared between those hoppers. Eventually this will saturate. I'm not too worried about infused coal, but we are using a lot. Is that not going to get shared? What am I missing here? Oh, I gotta wait for this to totally back up before it fills. Conveyors right next to hoppers aren't... I mean, turntables aren't so great right next to hoppers. It looks like it managed to get some infused coal. That guy's spinning up. Eventually that'll saturate. These will all fill up with coal. We'll put another organic reassembler here. We'll see how many we need. But yeah, between episodes, I'll rework all this stuff. And then with any luck, we'll get an attack in that quadrant. I don't think we've gotten one yet, unless, you know, things are messed up. I don't see any bug parts that are yet to be routed or stuck. I do see issues with infused coal coming off of this. But it'll catch up, pretty sure. Yeah, let me do that, and we will pick it up from where we left off. Hopefully we can get all this bug part stuff done. If this works... Then off camera, I'll do the other 4 quadrants. And I may take a stab at reworking all of this belt spaghetti we got going on the ceiling here. I got an idea for a way that might look a little better. I'm not positive it'll work, but I've got an idea. Like I said, those concentric squares coming out from the middle turret here. Just going in a square... and then hooking everything up to that ring. All right. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. As always, special thanks to Glidercat channel members and patrons. Sincerely appreciate your support. You guys are the ones that enable this content to be produced, and I deeply appreciate it. Also, thanks to those of you that have been giving the videos a thumbs up. That helps my tiny channel grow, and I appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next episode.